We have a proclamation for Rosa Parks High School to hang proudly. And the proclamation reads, whereas the Paterson Public School District takes pride in joining the residents of the City of Paterson in recognizing December 1st as Rosa L. Parks Day beginning December 1st, 2021. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it reads, now therefore be it resolved that the Paterson Public School District hereby acknowledges December 1st as Rosa L. Parks Day in the City of Paterson, New Jersey. And be it further resolved that the Paterson Public School District joins the City of Paterson in urging all citizens of Paterson, New Jersey to observe and honor those who came before us and continue the quest of racial justice in our community and throughout our country. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to make some brief comments on behalf of the board. First of all, giving honor to God, who without him, none of us would be here today and none of this would be possible. So I want to give him honor right now. And also to our state representative, Assemblywoman Shalonda Sumter, in her presence. Also to our mayor, Andre Saya, council members, Dr. Lalisa Mims, Ruby Cotton, and to, let's give it up to Principal Thompson for coming in and really doing a tremendous job here. And also to the class of 2022. I'll see y'all in May at the graduation. So glad to see you guys. I wanted to very briefly mention something. This weekend, on Saturday past, I was humbled to attend the funeral of Malcolm X's daughter, Miss Malika Shabazz. And that was a very humbling experience because we were in the presence, it was myself and a group of activists, we were in the presence of activists who had been on the battlefield for many, many decades. After the funeral procession and they went to the grave site, we didn't go to the grave site, but we went back to Midtown Manhattan to Central Park. And while we were there, we were discussing and talking amongst ourselves, and we began to pour libations. We took a bottle of water and we began to call the names of activists and people who have paved the way. Coretta Scott King was one of them. Sure. Dr. Betty Shabazz was another one of them. Sure. Mother Evers, Medgar Evers' wife, Mother Evers was another one of them. Sure. And Rosa Louise Parks was another name that we called. There was several names, sure, but Rosa Louise Parks was one of the names that we called. And one of the messages that Rosa Parks gives to us is that there will come a time in our lives when we have to make a very difficult decision. And that difficult decision may not necessarily bring a desirable result at first. But if we stand on the principles of what we decided to do, at some point, we will see the benefit of what we decided to do. It would be crazy to say that Rosa Parks was not afraid when she said no to that bus driver, because it didn't end there. The bus driver asked her several times to get up and, change her seat. At some point, a police officer showed up as well. And you could imagine a black woman sitting on the bus there. You got police officers and you have people on the bus who are racist, and they probably saying everything you could imagine to her, and she's still sitting there, being carried away to jail, being harassed. It didn't stop. That's what we have to remember. It did not stop at the bus. It started there. The harassment continued. The harassment continued to her home, to her family. It got to the point where her family members began to tell her, in the beginning, they began to tell her, what are you doing? Is it really worth doing all of this? And many of you, I'm talking to the young people, I'm talking to our future lawyers and doctors and judges and future activists, you are going to be faced one day with a decision that you are going to have to make. And you're going to have to make that decision because you know that decision is going to benefit your generation. And it might not have a desirable outcome in the beginning, but if you persevere, if there's one word that I want you to leave here today with, it is the word perseverance. Because if you fail to give up, you are going to win. Do you understand what I'm telling you? If you fail to give up, you are going to win. You have to be crazy enough not to walk away when you see something that needs to be done, and when you have the means to get it done, you have the responsibility to make sure it gets done. So continue to stand tall, just like Rosa Parks did. She stood up so that we can sit down. So guess what? The generation coming behind you is going to need you to stand up so they can sit down. Perseverance is what you need to be left with today. God bless you. God bless you. All right?